go for that priority, as Renmar and Nice said here, as it takes time to take their first pick. Let's see how the shelf goes, because as we know it, week 4, since most of the teams saw on how the matches come through, they could see a spark on how to even take something out from BLACKLIST International. But let's see how this decision can change something. No, it's still the same. It's a Valentina.
Oh, Valentina first pick. Okay, of course, people usually think, why don't you pick the Fredrin? But up against a team like BLACKLIST, yeah, Valentina, definitely a great first pick. And we saw it yesterday, really, how Valentina has changed in just the smallest way, wherein it becomes a setter now, even.
Yeah.
When it was taking
As
that
I realized.
Yeah, when it was taking the Arlot ultimate.
The final slash,
or the Rizla ultimate.
Which is
Beautiful.
so like that's why Valentina's so dynamic a hero right there. That's what I was expecting. The Fredrin Farce is locked in here. The other reason why I don't think NXP opted for the Fredrin right off the bat is because they're more confident, yes, with the Valentina, the damage, the utility that it brings, but also we've seen them play a lot of Akai.
Yeah.
And the lockdowns that they get on time, the way that they overlap those ultimates work so well for NXP. So I'm feeling maybe they're going Akai for their jungler for this match.
Yep, I agree with you there. Akai, maybe the Yuzhang, they'll also pick it up. They love that pick. If not, they might actually take away the Benedetta of Edward. That will be a surprising draft choice, because we don't usually see that. Benedettas usually come in either at the red side 3rd pick, or it's one of the 4th, 5th picks of either. It's not going to be that. They decide to prioritize the glue, but Naisu, fantastic prediction there. They got the Akai.
Okay, you have a rising stats to fill, Mr. JZ Rezabek. So as we look on to this matchup, so the XP lane is now open and they're ready to take on probably Agent Zero. So this sets up for the Lapu Lapu, as Renmar speculates, could be a change for BLACKLIST International.
Yeah, we actually even got to see in some scenarios that a Benedetta struggling against a glue that just really knows how to time the combination of the slam and the goo. So the Lapu Lapu definitely is the best possible pickup here. Unless they decide to go into the second phase picking up their gold laner already. They can pick up their Claude, their Brody even. It's not. It's the Estes.
Oh.
They get the Estes pickup. So this will be the Ube up against a glue, which is a brave choice. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be difficult for BLACKLIST International, but I mean, they're so used to playing this strategy already.
Well, speaking of brave choice, will that be the danger in the early game or in the late game?
It'll be a danger because they're up against a glue.
Yeah,
and just having that around, you're already forced to spread out away from anyone who gets caught in.
Right. See, so this is just NEXPLAY EVOS planning their cards right. So for the second phase of banning, since for the Neon Tigers they don't have a marksman yet for doming.
Yeah, I think you want to go ahead and lock in. We're going to see marksman bans probably here over the last 2 from BLACKLIST International. I could see them also taking out Brody, but I'm wondering, is that worth taking out 3 bans towards the marksman pick alone? Because Domeng, honestly, he has had some games where he's gotten his hands on comfort hero picks, but he's struggled, right? And that's usually because teams know we got to put pressure here. We got to pressure out Domeng, and that's usually where you see Ding, kind of pick up that weight, try to help the team in, and even Goyoung. When he gets this Valentina, that is going to be something that's scary to deal with right now. Already, even the Valentina, you have a couple options. Do we go for the support ultimate and heal up our team, the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, or do we go with a Feathered Airstrike? Now you already have 2 actually good options to deal with certain scenarios throughout this game.
If I'm BLACKLIST here, unfortunately, they don't have room in their lineup anymore for an Arlot. An Arlot would have been great for NEXPLAY EVOS, but then they already have the glue on there, so they probably won't ban that Arlot out. They still have a Moskov available for them, BLACKLIST, when they decide to pick up their gold laner.
Yep.
So they take away the Lolita Moskov. It feels like a Moskov pickup being set up here.
Oh, eyes on the gold lane here for the second phase of banning and picking. So will NEXPLAY EVOS continue their route and just banning Super Red's choices? Because in the side, they're still lacking the possible EXP. So will they take the Lapu Lapu? Will they be banned out?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they could actually take away the Lapu Lapu in this scenario if they want to. And I believe, is that... Oh,
yeah,
hey, that's Koji the match right behind
us.
us.
It's right here, yeah.
Noticed. And, yeah. Okay, we mentioned the Moskov, although the Matrix is still available for both teams as well. So this doesn't need to be a marksman ban unless NEXPLAY EVOS really set up that, okay, we'd rather face this instead of that, and then we'll still have a gold lane pickup for ourselves. They take away the Benedetta.
Okay.
So they're opening up the Lapu-Lapu.
So it only shows that NXPLE EVOS is prepared if Agents Hero gets his hands on the Lapu-Lapu, because it's an obvious thing that they're expecting this one strong hero that Edward uses time and time again.
Yep.
So could this be an EXP choice right now for Blacklist? Because as they look, no, they're not showing it yet. It's a Melissa for Super Red.
Okay. That completely flew under my radar. We were talking about Melissa earlier, but yes, Melissa, a fantastic pickup here. You have a Farsa with it, an Estes. So it's a very clear identity what Blacklist needs to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of the best picks that they can choose to ruin that have been taken away. They took away the Claude. They took away the Lolita. That was a menace to Blacklist International, not just against RSG and Light, but also against Few when he was a Valentina playing the Lolita there.
Yes.
So now NEXPLAY EVOS, I wonder if they're going to show up something like a Kufra, maybe their signature Ruby pickup. Their gold laner here needs to match the basic attack. They're going to be clumped up. Maybe they'll think about Harith, but nope. If Beatrix really is the best choice there. And nope, it's going to be a Cho.
Okay, leaning to that Prodigy moniker that he wanted to grow and earn. So Beatrix for Doming. And will this Cho last pick of NEXPLE EVOS suffice as what you're referring to? Because we were expecting some of a Kufra or even Franco. So will that make it work for NEXPLE EVOS?
I think it'll work. It's funny, too, because we were talking about, this whole moniker debate and everything, and we kind of forget that Beatrix is still open because we're so used to seeing other picks. So, there's the Arlott, though. So, this is funny because you wouldn't expect this pickup after seeing what happened with the Valentina taking the final slash yesterday. Yeah. So, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but now even more so, Goyoung has, 3 great options for ultimates to take and overlap them, because if they get locked down by Boyet with a heavy spin, and then if it is the stolen Arlott ultimate, the copied version of it, it's going to be tough to deal with here if you're Blacklist International.
Yeah, that's why you didn't even mention Arlott as a pickup there for Blacklist. That's why I was really thinking Lapu-Lapu, because even though, the final slash hurts, but, man, the final slash, that's we have to watch out for that.
Well, speaking of watching out, we have our Smart Power prediction. So at some point in the game, a poll will show up, and you only have until the timer runs out. So comment down your prediction with the hashtag Power of Smart. One lucky person who guesses correctly will win a redeemable in-game code. Remember, keep an eye on the poll, and make sure you have the hashtag Smart Powers MPL S11. It's Ube once again with Yue. Yue and Ube one more time for this match up against NEXPLAY EVOS.
Yeah, it's not the Ube that we saw last time around with the Faramis Estes. It's a good balance here. Across the board, a great draft here for Blacklist International. Clear identity. This is going to be the Arlott ultimate, and of course the layering of the crowd control ultimates that you mentioned there earlier, Naisu, that NXPE has. That might just be the bane of Blacklist in this game.
I love this too. Oh, already.
Wow.
I love the early action, but that's not what I was going to say. What I love is the diversity so far that we're seeing in Arlott picks. Right now, it's not a tank emblem, right? And it's not Festival of Blood either.
That's Unbending Will.
It's Unbending Will.
Why?
So it's another version of Arlott that we get to see. And does it work? Is the damage going to be there? How is this going to pan out for them? Because we've seen I think we came to a collective decision so far, though. We're like, you know what? The tank emblems actually work pretty good on Arlott. It does pretty well.
Yeah, that's going to make the Vengeance second skill of Arlott hurt even more.
Oh, yeah.
Because the tendency for Arlott is he will be super low in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
But when he gets to weave together the usages of the second skill, that's how he regains life, how he deals a lot of damage. But now with Unbending Will, when he's low, and then he's also using that second skill, it'll hurt even more.
So with the regen in hand that Edward can do, NXP needs to have a good amount of damage to go up against him in the early game, right? So this checks out on how you can do with this kind of hero. So use Smart's Power all 99 for 8 GB of data on the TikTok, on the text, and free Smart Giga Arena tickets for 7 days. So load now. So as we discussed the power of Arlott, you can get also 8 GB of data brought to you by Smart. Now, it's
Edward
the first...
Edward might deal 8 GB of damage later on.
That's true.
We're going to find out if it works that way, right? But right now, It's the turtle dance. First one of the game going to go out here. Ding taking quite a bit of the brunt of the damage. He's got to be careful here. He's looking for anything. Pop in the split. They're going to zone them out quite a bit, but Wise able to secure that turtle, and Ding falls there. Edward grabbing the first blood as well. Blacklist International coming out on top of that trade.
Yeah, you saw there a bit of the hezzies coming in by NXPE, but you understood why they needed to be careful there. They were watching out for the potential counter punish that Blacklist can dish out. So Blacklist, their hit list, ranked first in average team hero damage with 207,000 plus and counting.
Wow. Just look at that. Speaking of hit list, NEXPLAY EVOS, upon entering the professional league, they have this. They have something that they look forward to having an encounter with, and this is the day that you're waiting for. Blacklist International. And as you said, the hezzies, the hesitations were a bit of showing in those moments of the first turtle of this game. So either refrain from it or even have the courage to do it.
That was what was weird about that trade, especially because Ding got so low, but even using that split and everything else, by that time he just got punished. And then surprisingly as well, or maybe unsurprisingly for a lot of people, Wise was able to just kind of swoop in like most veterans do and take the turtle away. So now NXP, they have a very minor gap to work against. It's nothing huge. So luckily for them, they should be able to find a pick-off here, and right now it's going to be the top side. The feathered airstrike's going to come down from Goyong. Boyette's quite low, though, but still, look at this tankiness from Wise and now Edward. They get the flicker out as well. No one falls.
Yeah, I'm actually glad Ding expended his flicker there, because if he got caught out by the stun of that R-Lot, he would have been chained down, maybe even brought down, and NXPE cannot afford to give another kill right now.
Yeah, just by thinking about R-Lot can do in the XP lane, what more if he can completely free and roam around the map. With having a Yue in the hands with using Farsa, this is deadly how they can even penetrate the AoE burst damage that Blacklist can do. They spot one here.
Oh, well, that is a big pickup here. Ding actually getting a bit of revenge. You were asking earlier, how's this Cho pick going to be? Well, they found a pickoff, but they do trade it for that second turtle of the game, going in the hands of Blacklist International.
Yeah, the next calls for NEXPLAY EVOS might look into helping out Doming more, but right now it's a three-man pressure top side, so the decision for NEXPLAY EVOS is to try and delay the R-Lot so that the glue can roam the map even more.
Speaking of roaming, the pressure is on the EXP lane, UN Edward. So by the time of NXPE, how is our marksman going right now? Doming and Super Red. Their laning hasn't been disturbed as of the moment, but this is one way of poking Wise and Boyette.
Okay, Boyette going to go ahead and use that heavy spin. It looked like they had something in mind, but never mind. The Prisoner's Wrath going to come down. Brusco able to survive. Sliver of health. Again, I think that's the hezzies.
Yeah, it's the hezzies, and also some great sidestepping there by Wise, because it really looked like a great chance for Boyette to knock him into the turret area of NEXPLAY EVOS, but Wise just got, with his veterans, he just sidestepped that. Edward, though, rushing the Radiant Armor as his first pickup, and wants to be able to reduce the magic damage he can feel from the glue. At the same time, the Valentina, the damage that the Valentina can dish out as well. Four-man rotation bottom side, Blacklist International will not commit. They're going to decide to take it a little bit easier, 35 seconds until the next turtle. Next sequence might be a gank or a quick invade by either team.
Well, I think this is the invade that they're looking for, Renmar, as they could just keep continuing pressuring the mid lane or even in the top lane, right? It's just make them follow the breadcrumbs to feed on how their momentum can be broken. Yeah. NEXPLAY EVOS needs more time, but Doming DR is being preyed here on by Wise.
Okay, there's the invade sequence we talked about. It's going to be a small one, though, just for that Kramer. So Blacklist International will focus on getting their buffs first, and then we're going to be seeing a four-man clash for the third turtle of the game.
Yeah, NXP needs to actually maybe contest this one, but if you notice, if you're just keeping an eye on Domeng, he is just farming out of his mind, because that's something that is might be one of the win conditions, biggest win conditions anyway for NXPE, as they give up this third turtle of the game. So they do trade it for an objective up top.
Yeah, understandable why you'd want to do that, though. Again, the Doming investment, we saw that earlier this week. I believe that was yesterday against RSG, where they played themselves a Claude game, Claude from behind, and, well, they were able to find a way to turn it around. So NEXPLAY EVOS are banking on Doming being the main source of damage to just take down the members of Blacklist. Just have to make sure during the team fights that he's well accounted for. They have to watch out for this R-Lot diving and dashing. And of course, US Farsa.
Yeah, it's steady because if you have a Beatrix on your side, and speaking of Farsa, he still has a Glock of Destiny, and just talking about how Doming could be the possible investment in NXPE, but just looking at their lineup, there's all CCs and also good pickups for counter ganks or initiations. But Ding, we have eyes on the XP lane once again for Blacklist, and they're pressuring, and you want to take this.
Cross map, though, they're also doing the same thing, bottom side. So another turret traded across the map here. And this is the traditional Blacklist we're used to seeing, right? Anytime that Estes is locked in by Oh My Venus, this is exactly what they do here. They're going to pressure Ding out. Boyette might be a little bit too late.
Wow.
Turret's still going to be worked on. Tier 2 going to be taken out just like that. No space that they can work with. NXP falling behind here. Even if they're working on it on this side, again, this is all going to lead up to that Lord in about 30 seconds. Edward holds this one down, though.
Man, NEXPLAY EVOS, they're taking the indirect approach to this game. They're avoiding massive team fights against Blacklist International as much as possible. They're really just banking it all on Doming. Later on, though, it's going to also be up to Goyong to... Yes, I get why he'd want to pick up the Feathered Airstrike. They need to reach the Melissa, but at some point, I'd want to see them get that final slash. It will be really great for NEXPLAY EVOS when they can just displace or get Blacklist International members all clumped up together, especially for a nice little rocket grenade launcher blast coming in from Doming.
That's a team fighting capability when you have a Beatrix on your side, right?
Exactly.
Now, there's one serving up here in the Lord.
They do get the Way of the Dragon out on Wise, but he's quite tanky. Boyette comes in with a heavy spin. They do take out Wise. So Blacklist International has lost their jungler. Lord's going to go ahead and reset. Does NXP actually want to press this situation here? They have the numbers advantage, but still, it doesn't look like they want to press it.
Yeah.
Boyette's going to pull this Lord and start up the dance, but you can even see, right? Ding isn't there. So this is still going to be very troublesome here. Look at the damage, too, just from UA alone. Boyette still juggling this Lord around, and by this time, Wise is already going to be up.
Just to buy time for the code to get back Wise on his feet to contest this first Lord of the game. There's some, okay, we're seeing half damage onto UA just by the pokes of Doming. Is this the investment right now that is showing in the first 10 minutes of the game?
Yeah, they're getting their returns. It's trickling in. Gold by gold, damage by damage. Blacklist International does need to get that Beatrix down. It is a bit of a head scratcher, though, as to why NEXPLAY EVOS just didn't commit that Lord after Wise went down.
Yep.
They don't have the jungler. Again, I feel like that was hesitation, although you would understand why they'd be cautious. Being up against an R-Lot, a Farsa, an Estes, and the Melissa. When you think about it, Blacklist might even have a chance to steal it away. NXPE committed a lot of ultimates there. But the jungler of the opposing team was down.
the crazy thing about it, too, is like you're almost 11 minutes in, and it's literally a 3 total kill game at this point, right? So this is where things kind of break out here. Brusco can't find the opening. He's looking for Edward's going to come in. It's UA that gets the kill on Brusco. And in a snap with a finger, he goes down. Lord going to be 1/4 health here. Who's going to be able to secure it? Ding's trying to do his best. Pops the split. Doming on the backside, hunting for UA. Not going to be able to find it. Has the damage, but it's Wise that secures the Lord here. But look at the damage coming out from NXPE. The follow-up, though, from Super Red. UA again.
Whoa.
They get the flicker out from Doming. That was a pretty dicey move, but Blacklist International coming out on top.
Oh, my goodness.
Super Red getting punished by a snipe.
Oh, there's a sniper in the building.
Ow.
And we know exactly where he is, who he is, yet it still hurts. Doming showing why he is the prodigy Filipino sniper coming up in the scene. But despite that, Blacklist International undeniably in the lead here with the Lord on their side. They don't have their marksman. Let's see if they can convert it into a tower or two.
How's the trade going? How is this translating the investment that we're talking about? They were funneling into damage into Doming in the first 10 minutes of the game, and now they're striding back. Is this the window that they need to keep on doing against Blacklist International?
Yeah, I mean, it's working out well for them. Already a Malefic Roar, Hunter Strike, and a BOD from this Beatrix. You see how fast this Lord is going down to the hands of NEXPLAY EVOS.
Okay, so this is one thing that they can actually do.
Boyet?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he was trying, right? But
Yeah.
nothing going to happen to that. They do lose the tier 2 turret in the mid lane. Dingbo could be in trouble here. He's going to get CC'd pretty much to death. Falls here by Super Red. Brusco himself, but Domang's going to fall here, and now they're being collapsed on in a massive play from Blacklist International. Both sides of the board. NXPE could be in trouble here. Blacklist working on the top turret. Now they might have their eyes set on the crystal. Can they end it here? They've only got a minion. Brusco and Goyan trying to hold on the best they can, but that's not going to be enough. Blacklist International takes game number 1.
Agent Zero with the license to set the